Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about developing a thesis statement, and I'm going to go over a sample of part one of the culminating project. If you've already submitted part one, I am going to start looking at them later on in the afternoon. So after watching this video, if you wish to unsubmit, make some changes and resubmit, by all means. So I want to take a look at this exercise here on developing a thesis statement. There are a variety of thesis statement examples here that we're going to look at. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I am going to post this file on Google Classroom so you can have a look at it if you have any questions. A thesis statement is like a topic sentence. It should be the last sentence in your introduction, and your entire thesis statement should be in one sentence. This requires some grammatical gymnastics. You should be explaining to your audience the three ways that you are going to explore your argument. And you're going to express them in the order they're going to be represented in your body paragraphs. So let's take a look at an example. Students who try to combine full-time work with a full-time program face problems at school, at work, and at home. So based on this sentence, I can tell this essay is going to be about the struggles a student who has a full-time job and a full-time program could be dealing with. And I know that their body paragraphs are going to talk about school, home, and work. Notice none of the evidence concerning the problems that would arise at school, at home, or at work are expressed in this sentence. Just the main bullets. Example number 2, to be successful in a broadcasting career, applicants must be talented, motivated, and hardworking. So again, we can see here, very straightforward. Let's go down to example number 5. Cell phones must be turned off during class because they disrupt everyone's concentration, they prevent the user from learning, and they distract and annoy the teacher to the detriment of all. A bit longer, a bit wordier, but we can still easily tell what the 3 points are and what the topic is. Let's take a look down further down the page. We can see some sample paragraphs. These sample paragraphs can show us a hook, a more general introduction to the topic, and then down to the thesis statement. Let's take a look at paragraph number 3. Suddenly, a man steps into the road in front of me. Interesting hook. Are you curious? Who is this man? Why has he stepped in front of this person, in front of you, in front of the author? He's wearing a uniform and he's waving his hands for me to pull over to the side. My heart pounds and my skin prickles with anxiety. Are you hooked? I'm hooked. You notice in this hook, and this is for a more casual, possibly persuasive essay, we see some visualization. We see some expression of feelings, and we are being put in the place of the author. So he says here, I feel guilty, but I don't know what I've done wrong. Maybe speeding 10 kilometers over the limit, but no more. Anyone who's been caught in a radar trap knows these momentary feelings of panic, guilt, and resentment. We fear that the police officer will be brusque and accusing, but we are often surprised. There are many kinds of police officers as there are people. 4 kinds, however, dominate the profession: the confident veteran, the arrogant authoritarian, the cocky novice, and the friendly professional. As I roll down my window, I wonder what kind of police officer has stopped me. So what do we think the body paragraphs are going to be about? The different kinds of police that we can encounter? That would be my guess. Have a look at these samples that I will post on Google Classroom and see if you can notice where you see the hook, the body of the introduction, and the thesis. Moving on, I'd like us to have a look at a sample thesis statement comparing The Hate You Give with The 13th, which we watched in school. So in orange are my 3 points of comparison, and the blue is the larger topic I'll be discussing. So by comparing the issues of oppression, police violence, and the formation of Black Lives Matter in The Hate U Give and the film The 13th, a greater understanding of the history of racism in America can be examined. Notice I don't say in my essay. I am just telling you, here's what's happening. So I'm using the word comparing because that's what we're doing. We're comparing our book to a film. And I put the names of the two pieces that I am comparing in italics. So that's a thesis statement. And from my thesis statement, you know I'm going to talk about oppression, police violence, and the formation of Black Lives Matter. So for my first point, I'm going to say this is my issue, oppression, and my evidence from the novel is here. Star and her father have a discussion about the issues in their community where her father explains the illegal drug industry as a way for their community to make money because there is little to no economic prosperity in Garden Heights. Big Mav also explains that this allows the government to arrest the people of Garden Heights, making it even harder for the residents to get real work because they have a police record. So this is a paraphrase. I have not taken a direct quote here. And because I'm not going to use this particular point for my body paragraph, I don't need to worry about creating a full quote from the book. Evidence from the movie. In 13th, the war on drugs is discussed as purely a way to oppress Black people. This was done specifically through the harsher sentences handed down for crack versus cocaine use. And then my evaluation, both the film and the novel examine how the illegal drug industry assists in the oppression of the Black American community. That's all I'm looking for. And some of this stuff could be in point form. We're not writing the whole essay in this outline. So I hope that these two pieces, and I'll post both of these files along with the video, I hope that they help you understand what I'm looking for in this assignment. If you still are struggling to come up with a thesis statement or pick a movie for your comparison, please message me. Thanks. Talk to you guys soon.